Hi, this is Ray Perez. Once again, this is part two of the lease agreement. We ended here where the tenant shall also be obligated, to pay taxes on the rent. We put zero because we had determined it was $1,000 including the taxes. So we click here. If rent is to be paid in full, the total payment including the taxes shall be $1,000. So you have the options of paying the taxes if he's going to ask you for that separately, or you would include it. Most of the times, it is included in the rental. All rent shall be payable to, normally it is the owner, and if that's the owner, will be Alex Barrios at the address. If the tenancy starts other than the first day, so let's say that the tenancy instead of October 1st started the 26th, okay, through the 30th, we have 5 days there. 5 days at $33 gives me $155. And that should be paid at the beginning of the term. So all you're doing here is you're prorating everything to a 30-day. So if it's $1,000, you would divide 1,000 into 30 days, and that should give you $33.33 per day. All right, tenant shall make the payments required under the lease. Either you click here cash. Some do not accept personal checks, money order, or cashier's check. If the tenant makes a rent payment with a worthless check, well, if he would make so, then he needs to make all future payments in a money order or a cashier's check, and whatever the fees are. Normally it's $50 for a bounced check. Money due prior to occupancy. The tenant shall pay the sum of $2,000, let's say, before he occupies the premises. This amount could be $2,000. This amount could also be $1,000. For example, they might just want 1 month. So you would make this $1,000, or we'll just leave it there at $2,000. And you're going to make it to the name of the owner at the address. So this is going to be for the first month, and this is probably going to be the advance month. So it's going to be $1,000 made out to the owner, another $1,000 made out to the owner also, and this is going to be due, let's say it's October 1st, but we're going to go September 25th, right before it starts. Then over here, if it's the last month, you're probably going to put September 2014 on this space over here. So the day that he moves in on October 1st, you would give in your security deposit or your first month. Either way, it doesn't matter. And you just type that there. And you just go putting down if there's a pet deposit, if it's $50, that's probably due also at the beginning of the term of your lease. Remember, your landlord and the tenant must initial every page. So just make sure that every page is initialed. Any late fees. Sometimes if there's a late fee, you must determine that in the contract to lease. Well, what is the late fee? 4% of the rent, then that would be $40. If it's paid $5 days after the due date. If you check this box, then you are keeping pets. Okay, specify the number of pets. It could be a Doberman, and you need to specify what you're going to be keeping in there. 50 pounds, etc., etc. So then you need to determine, well, is the pet deposit going to be $50 or not $50? So that's something that you have to agree upon. If it's an out-of-town owner, sometimes he has an agent that takes care of all his business. Then you would need to find out who that person is, put their name here and the address. So any notices that your tenant needs to let that landlord know, he would send it to that address. The tenant on line 9 is going to pay for all the utilities and services unless the owner is willing to pay for one of them, say the water. And that needs to be agreed upon in your contract to lease. We'll go to part 3 shortly.